Hey everyone, Ali here from Amadeusrockband. How are you? 6 days to the release of Birth of the Sun EP next Sunday. Make sure you put your information if you want to be included in the loop. So in this episode I wanted to talk a little bit about Separation, the second song of the EP. I've been very fortunate to travel to many countries around the world, and one of those countries was Hungary in Eastern Europe. I actually became addicted to visiting this country and playing in it, and I had a lovely friend that I used to see when I was playing there, and once we had a conversation about how the separation of her parents affected her childhood. We carried on the conversation, and we kind of projected on the social aspect of it, and we tried to scale it up if we are growing in more of a separationist culture in our communities around the world, and how this affects us as adults. And I think we like at that point we thought that it was like we're exaggerating a little bit, but this conversation stayed in my mind for a couple of years. It was a very sincere and honest conversation, and in 2011, when the Egyptian revolution just occurred and people took to the streets, and I noticed that many of the things that we were talking about the clarity of the position and the reaction of different people, of women and men, of older people and younger people, it became more into light and became more clear. And in the years 2011 to 2014, although so many Egyptians didn't realize what is happening because they were actually in it, it was very clear that this moment was like as much as like the gap between the generations and the views and perspectives and reaction to the hardships of the economic situation of the country and all of that. It became very evident that the society was in a crossroad moment. And I felt that like this sort of clarity of your reaction towards the events and the community reactions toward the events is the stage that any community that is about to change has to pass it. And separation is about this. Most of it is about this, and I can't wait to share it with you in the EP. So Sunday, stay tuned, and you know the word. Amadeus.